queen. Verlanti's undoing. The compromises you've made to get here. Wren brushed a braid behind her right ear and touched the tiny scars on the edge that had hidden the reality of her parentage. A secret that had been in plain sight Wren's whole life. Half-elf. And her sire was the worst of the worst. She dropped her hand and fisted her thin skirts as she thought of Idril. He was a blight on the world. Was it depraved that she wanted to kill him? Yes. Did she feel bad at the thought? No. She had other worries, though. Just how low would she have to go to end Lord Idril's life forever? What further compromises would she have to make to give Queen Astrid her comeuppance? Or get through to her Aunt Vienna that consorting with slave owners for the sake of freeing slaves was only going to end in disaster? How many more transgressions would she sweep under the rug to justify the way her heart throbbed whenever she saw her wretched husband? But Wren couldn't stop the changes occurring within her any more than she could stop the sun from shining. Britta. Think of Britta. A thread of happiness wrapped around her heart. Soon she'd be reunited with her sister. That much she was certain of. So long as she focused on Britta, everything would be all right. At least, that was what she kept telling herself. An oddly familiar whistle floated in from the palace gardens. Wren stiffened and glanced toward the white gossamer curtains that gently waved in the breeze. It couldn't be. Perhaps it was because she was thinking of Britta and home, but the whistle sounded decidedly like a dragon song. The whistle came again. Snapping to attention, Wren lifted her skirts and ran on silent feet to the door. She twisted the lock and backed away before turning on her heel and striding to the gardens. Worry and fear bubbled under her skin with every step she took toward the whistle, for she did know it, and it was a dragon song. Namely, her late dragon's favorite song. And also Rowan's. That bastard. Only he'd be so bold. She eyed the courtyard, looking for any spies, and found none, then pushed through the tall plants that surrounded the pond toward the sound of the whistle, planning to wring his bloody neck. "You shouldn't be here," Wren hissed, the moment she caught sight of the dark-skinned former love of her life. Rowan grimaced from his position, leaning against a wide-trunked palm tree, though he made no effort to retreat from the gardens. He rolled his dark eyes. "Hello to you too." "What are you doing here?" she demanded, as she closed the gap between them to stand beneath the palm leaves. "This is dangerous." Rowan snorted. "Says the woman sleeping with the enemy." Wren blushed, but didn't refute his assumption. He didn't deserve to know anything about her life. Plus, he'd just take it right back to Vienna and Vaden. "Why are you here?" Rowan sighed. "Fine, have it your way. You shouldn't go through with the coronation. You're already in trouble with the rebellion. Why are you going out of your way to anger them further?" "Who said I did this because of the rebellion?" Wren countered, jutting out her chin and crossing her arms as she squared up against Rowan. But the man remained unperturbed. "I hardly think you'd betray them, Wren." And then, softly, "That isn't the kind of woman you are." Wren hated that Rowan could still speak to her like that. Gently, fondly, as if he knew her. The girl he knew died back on the Dragon Isles. Give him a little something so that he'll leave you alone. "I have a plan," Wren finally relented. "Which is?" "Not something I care to divulge to you or the rebellion. Given how often I've been left out of every other plan thus far, I'm sure you understand why." A small smile quirked Rowan's mouth. "That is your right, of course. But you should know, if you don't report into the rebellion soon, they'll take this coronation as an act of war against them." "And they would be foolish to act on such a stupid conclusion," Wren spat out. She eyed Rowan warily. "Do you believe me? Do you trust me?" He raised his hand as if to stroke.